Now we will look at some practical examples where functions show up. In this diagram, we have a man running towards his house, which is 1,000 meters away. He is running at a speed of 2 meters per second. And at time equals 0 seconds, he is 1,000 meters away. So the question is, after time equals, let's give it a variable, t seconds, what is his distance from the house? So that would be his distance from the house after time equals t seconds. So as you can see, in time t seconds, this fellow is going to cover a distance of 2t meters, but he would still be 1,000 minus 2t meters away from the house. And then, of course, at t equals 500 seconds, he reaches the house. But until he reaches the house, his distance from the house is denoted by this function, which looks like 1,000 minus 2t. You will learn later that this is called a decreasing function of t. I deliberately put this example to show that as t increases, the function value actually decreases, which makes sense because as time progresses, he gets closer and closer to his home. So let's look at another example here. We have a rectangular area with length L and width W. You have been asked to figure out the cost of painting this. Now, it costs you $2.50 per square foot in paint. And for the whole project, you also have to spend $20 on paint brushes and rollers. And the dimensions are the two variables. This is L feet and the width is W feet. So if these are the dimensions, we know that the area of the rectangle is L times W square feet. And so the cost of the project is equal to $2.50 times LW plus the cost of the paint brushes. So you see, cost is a function of L as well as W. So this is different from what we looked at. We'll call the cost function, we'll denote it by C. It is a function of two variables. And the function looks like 20 plus 2.5 LW. Now, if I were to ask you what is the domain of the function, remember we were looking at the concept of a domain. The domain of the function is a pair of numbers, and each number can assume only positive values because this is length and width. These cannot be 0 or negative. So that brings us to yet another example, which I will have to erase the board for, unfortunately. I wish I could keep it all on one board, but okay, so the next example is going to be something